on how I feel about this. I'm excited. Okay. I'm happy that they're coming into the game. I know everybody wants them in the game. I am a little torn because I believed CG when they said in their Q&A a couple of months ago that Mandalorian content would not be coming to the game for the foreseeable future. And I am counting April 2020 as foreseeable future.
They actually said it? Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they actually said that they had no plan for the foreseeable future to include Mandalorian content in the game. So I'm slightly annoyed only because, like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 5 million in one time, shame on me. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
that is my little grievance with this. But I'm excited because this means that we will eventually get Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe. Unless they
maybe.
I don't think we will.
Well, that's by far the biggest way we'll be making money here.
I would like to think. Okay, so yeah, you know what? That's a good point, because if they would like the whales to whale, who else like whale on Baby Yoda, right? And Mando.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of excitement. I've seen several comments on, oh yeah, I would definitely the age group and the demographic that plays this game, The Mandalorian has been huge in that.
Yeah.
And I think is very ready for it and will be something that they will make some money on, for lack of a better term, for how that is. Sergi, what do you think about how they described the Mandalorian stuff so far, and were you surprised? Or
I am surprised. I am pleasantly surprised. I'm very happy that they're adding it. It's something that I actually look forward to, which it's been a while since I've looked forward to something in the game.
Yeah.
I do have a couple questions. But first, what Sarah said, I don't think they planned on it at that point. But they've eventually said, we got nothing after Galactic Legends.
Okay. I'm sorry. They had nothing before Galactic Legends.
Yeah.
Still don't.
But they said, we got nothing. It sounds like people want this Mandalorian stuff, so let's just throw that next. And in the post, it doesn't sound like they even have any specifics out detailed themselves.
No.
Not that they're not wanting to share yet, but that they don't have any themselves.
Okay, so conspiracy theory. I wonder if this is like rushed content because they're paranoid about like losing players, and this is their way to be like, hey, this is coming, guys. Look for something to look forward to that you've wanted.
They should be. I mean, they should have done it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I think that is it.
In the last week, I have had 3 people in my shard chat quit, and 1, almost 2 in my fleet shard chat have quit.
Yeah,
in the last week.
Should be playing it the most.
Yeah,
they have the most free time available possible as a whole for most people. Not everyone, but as a general rule, most adults have more free time than they've ever had in their lives during the month of April 2020. This should be when they're excited that they have a hobby that goes with it, instead of the opposite way of getting on there. But yeah, I also, in my predictions, Mandalorian will come with season 2. Like, that just made sense to me. And I'm surprised they're having the Mandalorian himself be one of the characters right away.
Yeah.
Which implies like a marquee type of thing. Whereas he could he would definitely be legendary worthy already, I would think, in this game. Which makes me think they're saving Baby Yoda for that.
Yeah, maybe you need all 3 to get Baby Yoda.
That would be my conspiracy theory hat there.
Although this Yoda would actually be able to attack.
Right.
Unlike Hermit Yoda.
The opposite, just the 2 of them together. It's going to be working out very, very nicely. And there's, bounty hunters. have never had like their meta day, but they've been solidly B to C tier for a while, but have certainly dropped off as of late. So it'd be fun to have them back. I would imagine they're going to be on the level of what Grievous was, like not meta, but good. I mean, I'd be very surprised if the Mandalorian can beat the Galactic Legends that require 26 Gear 13s, but
Right.
you never know.
So what place do they have?
In that place, the
Just another B
Help.
team? No?
yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
So
The
this,
bounty
another-
hunters on, they're your like the third or fourth best team.
Another team for Grand Arena.
Yeah, that would be my guess. You got, unless you think differently. I mean, by all means, tell us how Cara Dune is gonna bring him up. Well, she's not actually a bounty hunter; she's a rebel and a scoundrel.
right. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know that they will have a place. Like, these might just be random tunes that you wish had more of a place in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the solo
Like Death
characters.
Trooper solo characters.
Right. Mhm.
And this is just their little window at the end of the, at the beginning of summer, where they release just a couple months of random stuff, or just one little segment,
Mhm.
and then never touch it again.
That's why it surprises me. Like, this is the only thing the outside Star Wars universe really has going for it.
Yeah.
In the second half of this year, even the whole year after it, and that they're doing these now. So, but again, sooner rather than later, although I have a feeling we're going to be talking about when they're coming for quite a bit.
You think so?
Yeah, this was very vague of, this is a state of a galaxy, not a road ahead, which don't mean anything anymore. Like, which
Yeah,
one is
yeah,
which?
yeah.
Is it this quarter? Who knows?
They all
They're-
blend together.
Yeah, they kind of are very fluid in what they mean. But similarly, they also mentioned the next month will be a road ahead, which I think is more of the quarterly thing, but they're doing this now because Galactic Legends got in the way, I guess, with plans to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. So more original trilogy stuff. Count me in. We'll see how that goes. Who are they going to bring, or is this going to be the raid of some kind? Although
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back doesn't really, there's no Death Star run, or there's no raid thing in there.
So what could be coming?
I have no idea. Maybe you journey through like the cave on.
Right. What in the movie Empire Strikes Back have they not explored that you see, it'd be cool if they brought that? Or, like, my first instinct was maybe Jabba will finally have a place.
Yeah, but I mean, even he is more Return of the Jedi.
True.
Mhm.
Is he even in Empire?
No, actually, I don't think.
But I mean,
Is he?
obviously, Solo wants him, or he wants Solo, and things like that. So, anyway, yeah, we'll see what comes of that, and I guess the Mandalorian thing makes sense with IG-88 as the login-ish character, and have those put on there. Did they say anything else on there that was of note? No.
No,
Cool.
nothing.
But look forward to Mandalorian content, and hopefully they at least hit the mark of what the show had 62.5% of its episodes were good. So maybe that will work out on these characters being that.
I'm excited because this is the first time in a long time that any of these factions have had any kind of new character, new love.
Right? Remember when this game was like Galaxy of Rebels?
Yeah.
That was ages ago. When
So-
was the last time they released a Rebel? Ahsoka? Like Fulcrum? Chewbacca.
C-3PO. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
C-3PO.
But that was
But he,
still
you almost
a
don't
year and a half
even.
ago.
He counts as like 90 things.
Right.
That's true.
Like, ever since I shifted to Jedi Knight Revan, the only thing we've had in the game are the two Revans and the Geonosians,
Padme.
Padme.
Yeah.
but absolutely nothing for scoundrels or rebels.
Yeah.
So just having one character like Grief Karga, he himself could, whatever they do with his kit, lift up an entire bounty hunter squad. So maybe now you'll have the either Bosk or Django lead and a second team you can make.
Yeah, for sure. And he seems, the way they describe him, I mean, people have asked him for all the payouts come together at once, or they talk about a potent leader with hand out multiple pucks, plural, which is more than one contract type of thing in my mind.
Yep.
And they mentioned for Cara Dune that her role in Galaxy of Heroes shaping up to be an additional tank for Rebel squads, but can also provide scoundrel teams with an additional damage deal. However, how can you be a tank and a damage dealer?
I suppose you can talk to JTR about that for a while.
But what I'm excited
about... It's a good point. It's a great point.
With that is that maybe she can lift up the solo tunes you just mentioned. Because the scoundrels have so much potential with all their protection regeneration, Bandor, Chewbacca, and Nest. If they just had one more tune, that team could come back.
For sure. Bringing her back if she actually does some damage. I mean, I imagine her as Canderous Ordo type of, she's going to lean back and full throttle with her machine gun type of thing. Would be my guess. But should be, like I said, I was excited to see that today. It is at least something. I totally agree with what Sarah's saying about they're losing some market share, possibly.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is their life raft.
And again, we'll see how soon it comes. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And we'll get them geared up. Number 2, there was a title update last week. Normally, again, big things. Malik is in the Journey Guide in a couple days. So on April 17th, that'll be exciting for a lot of people that are just getting there. They fixed a lot of Hux stuff. And then I wanted your 2 thought on the stay and play, I'm going to put this in quotations, event, where they had extra assault battles and double drops. Sergi, what did we think of that?
I appreciated it. It wasn't not fun to me very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But so I appreciate getting some more gear. I guess it's the best they can do for a quick, people are staying at home. We can't create new content
right in a week. Wow. Right. I'm sorry, in a month at the very generous.
Right. So without going into work of, I mean, I don't know what else they could do. The double drops and stuff were nice. I wish it wasn't one day in each.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they used to do, everything double drops for a weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, this is essentially one day of double drops spread out over 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing you can double up on was light side and dark side battles. So maybe 1.2 days of it.
But as far as a goodwill, because of people staying at home, I thought it was adequate. That's fine.
Sarah, any additional?
I thought it was okay. I mean,
yeah, I'm a 5 out of 10. This seems like the bare minimum to have people be like, okay.
Yeah, you put in double drops, cool. So I spent a fair amount of crystals on double drops so far, which is fine. Whatever, I guess that's the goal.
Great place to use them.
Assault battles, I don't care.
Your favorite. That's what I like. If there's anything Sarah wanted more, it's more assault battles.
I hate assault battles. I don't want to do more assault battles. I would have preferred to see if you wanted to do that, I would have preferred to see lengthen the window of when you can collect your bonus energy. So right now you can get it for the hour. Make it 2 hours. Make it so that hey, a lot of people are at home and they're busy because they're working at home and probably their kids are at home. let's make it a 2-hour window for you to collect your bonus energy. Like, I think that would have been
small things like that.
small things like that, and then throw some Clone War Chewie shards, some Galactic Legend shards. Throw some, like, you could have easily, you do an anniversary gift all the time. Why can't you just do a little, like, hey, here's some little freebie stuff that's not going to break the game. Like, the game's already broken. You're not going to break it anymore.
Yeah, their in-game economy stuff.
So, I mean, I don't know. It was, I would say it was a 5. I think you're right. I would say it was a 5.
And so for us, I mean, some of us can do most of the events. Like, I don't know, was there 5 of the assault battles now?
Right.
I can do 3 of them all the way, and one of them just, like, there's a ton of people that can't do any of the extra stuff.
I can't do the Night Sister one. At all.
Yeah.
I'll get into that for a second here, but that's one of the, like, here's the extra chirotech that you get for this type of thing. But a lot of people can't even get it. Yeah. So what their bonus is essentially 2 omegas.
Yeah. So it's like, do I steer off of course and gear Night Sisters so that I can do, you know what I mean? So that I can do this. So I get
many more to make up for those.
Exactly. For how often do we get those assault battles?
Yeah. And the problem with the Night Sister one is that it doesn't matter how strong you make your Night Sister. Because just the way that final event is, getting past Sidious in round 4, it's not about how skilled you are or about how much you've reliced your characters. It is pure RNG of just barely getting Daka to stay alive, revive your sisters, and have not just Daka stay alive, but you then have to have Talia's turn meter just enough where she doesn't go before Sidious, but can go to cleanse the heal immunity off of Daka.
He says excitedly.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to that. I do have, that was my I Love You, I Know for the week, shockingly.
Spoiler.
Because you beat it? Spoiler?
Don't say it. I did.
You spoiled it.
I know. I think that was already implied in the segment name. But speaking of things I loved, did you guys buy 5 or 6 of the mod bundles?
Oh my god! Do not get me. Oh, the mod bundles. Oh,
these are catered.
These are the. Oh man!
Galactic Legends. Now they're just level 1 mods, so you don't get guaranteed secondary hits on what you want it to be. But these are better than the ones you can buy in the store.
So let me tell you why I was so mad when I saw this. So when I'm reading these like updates on the forums, I skip to like the packs, right? Like what is in the pack. So I see 6 custom mods and I'm like, my brain literally explodes. Like I was ready to rage quit the game because I'm thinking that you're going to go in and you're going to go, I want this stat. And like you're building your mod because I don't read the little blurb above hand. It, like to me, when I'm in those forum things,
it's like what the word custom means.
Well, yeah. And I'm like, to me, that little blurb is like when you're looking for a recipe online and you come to a mommy blogger and she's telling you about what Charlie did while they were baking their pie and Charlie spilled the flour on the floor and it was so funny. And you're like, just give me the recipe. I just want the
recipe. Sarah, I'm on the same page with you on this one. Oh, you have to scroll through so much garbage to get to the recipe.
And I was like, you know what? I don't care what little Charlie did. I just want to know what's in the pack. So I see this, and then afterwards I read that it was like they had pre-made them or whatever, which by the way is not the definition of 6 custom mods.
I know.
These
which one is worse? I think being able to define them would have been worse as a whole.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't think so. Just make it nothing like past 20 speed secondary.
But like
maybe that would be fine. Yeah.
So if you buy all of these mod bundles, you're spending the $300 American.
$300.
So like $500 Canadian, probably, let's say. And if I had spent $500 on mod bundles and none of them popped to what I wanted them to pop,
Just
Zero.
imagining this is
would
painful.
literally flip a desk.
Oh yeah. There was there was $75 for 6 mods. Some of them are guaranteed not to roll speed because they already had crappy secondaries.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
We're just the single worst thing I've ever seen monetized in a video game.
I just want to see. Okay, so Canadian, 105, 70, and 35.
Yeah, for 6, 4, and 2 mods, and then like enough mod salvage for like 1 refresh.
So that's, what is this? $420 Canadian, 105, 70 plus tax.
Here goes Sarah on her math.
I'm trying to. Oh man, this is going. Yeah, 140.
And it's even debatable if you would gear them with those mods. Don't buy it, people.
Oh.
They were laughably terrible, and probably still are. I assume they're still in the game for like a month because that's how they do things, right?
Probably. I didn't even look at the date. I was just trying to look at the numbers.
Yeah. They're in there. Oh, only one more week. Only one more week for you to grab that sweet goodness.
I would just be so mad if I spent all of that money, and like, you might as well just spend the credits in game to buy them in the shop.
Oh yeah.
Like, why?
Zero value.
1,000%.
Why? Like, I can't. I have no words. It just flabbergasts me.
Zero value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those would have been an okay free giveaway for part of the coronavirus thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been okay. To be like, here's your chance to get some solid mods. Not for $75 though. For free. Literally nothing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have paid $5 for them.
No. Is $75 your most expensive set?
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting ripped off.
No, right now the US dollar is going up quite a bit, so you're not solid. People come to us in security in times of need. The world's currency, Sarah. The world's currency. All right. That brings us to the I Love You, I Know segment. I know it's easy to get jaded by this game. There were some positive things this week. But there's a reason why we're still playing it 4 years later. So each show, we like to talk about things we enjoyed over the past week or two. Start with Sarah this time. What's been good? What's been good?
I got Poe, old Poe, not new Poe, to Relic 5.
Excellent.
Does that count?
You plan on using him? Yeah, that totally counts.
I'm going to use him to get right. In 6 months.
How long do you think it'll really take you? 6 months?
Okay, so let's look at my bad roster here. Keep in mind, I am not gearing anybody. I have completely abandoned my clones and my gas team.
Good.
Spoiler alert if you face me in Grand Arena. So I still need to get Resistance Pilot, Chewie, Rose, New Finn, New Poe, and Holdo to gear 13.
2 of those are good characters.
1, 2, 3, 6. I got 6. Really? 6?
How are you on the stars?
I have Finn and Poe at 5-star. Poe is 66 out of 85, and Finn is 31 out of 85. So it's gonna be a while.
It is.
It's gonna be a while. Yeah. This just made me very sad.
We're glad we could help.
Yeah.
Sergi,
How?
what's been good? Yeah, well, I'm sorry. This was not the segment for sadness, Sarah. So
No.
What
Oh,
has?
okay.
Go
Never
ahead.
mind.
No, you
Carry
go
on.
ahead. Go do your happiness.
I was trying to figure out how I was at 6 out of 13 completions if I only had 6 people left, but I forgot about Radis.
yes. But
Yeah.
you'll have enough time for that at least.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, Radis will be done before any of them will be Gear 13, I'm sure.
Rad.
Yeah.
All right.
What is good for me is that I'm getting very close now to having my Hux and Sith Trooper ready. I have 11,000 crystals saved up. Hux is 30.
How?
Good work.
I don't know.
We just had double drops. Are having double drops.
Right, we did double drops, and I still did not go more than the 50 refreshes.
Oh, I did.
You got to be hoarding that stuff if you have a goal in mind, Sarah.
Yeah.
I respect what he's doing there.
I did multiple refreshes of their nodes.
Yeah, me too.
So, like I did the day of double drops, Sith Trooper and Hux both to until it cost 200 crystals to refresh.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the refresh on the node. You didn't.
No. I meant no more than
the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha.
And so I'm 35 away from Hux being 7-star, and 39 away from Sith Trooper. So now, because of the little gap between them, I am getting with shipments some Sith Trooper shards. So I should, this weekend, whenever the finalizer comes back, I'm going to do the finalizer refresh to get me 5-star, whatever the thing was for the event.
Yep. 5.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, 5-star. And then I will hopefully also have Hux and Sith Trooper 7-star. Have all the gear for him. So then we move on to just collecting the tickets and doing the event. So I will very soon.
Got it. You're that close. Cool.
Yes. So I am happy about very soon getting Supreme Leader.
That's awesome.
How long
Excellent.
after I am ready for the event does it take to unlock the Galactic Legend?
Well, I can fill you in on that.
Yeah.
Similar, my was I unlocked Ray yesterday and got her to Relic 7. With that, in the day, worked out. It was nice. To answer your question, Sergi, it's going to, so it took me either 9 or 10 days using the 50 and the 100 refreshes.
100 refresh on energy?
Yeah. Yep.
That's nuts.
The first 6 days, I did them on Chirotech because I needed them to get her to get up to Gear 13. When I had enough of that Chirotech, then I did the 6 node that has a ton of gear. I think it's like 1D that gives you like a ton of the first relic material that you need that you give to the scavenger. So you get and because 6 nodes, you get the same amount of currency as you do a 20 node. So if you just want to get the Galactic Legend unlocked, then you go for those. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then I got quite a bit more from there. But anyway, 9 to 10 days with doing the 50 and 100 refreshes. And then not losing any of the battles. With the Ray one, that wasn't particularly difficult. I didn't lose any. The paper rock scissors is stupid, but I wasn't ever close to losing it. I did that. But more exciting than that to me was beating the first tier of the stupid Night Sister thing in the assault battle with Asajj is my only relic one. The rest are all gear 12. Not so bueno. But I figured out what you need to do is if you get Spirit above like 312 speed or something like that. So I put like my Darth Revan mods on her, which was my fastest one. And then she will get her foresight back before he does his second move again. So she always has foresight whenever he goes. And then I was able to beat him that way with the Talzin lead, because then I was using basically like the Death Storm type of keep pounding basics. And I beat him. And then that gave me, I was 5 Chirotech short, and I was down to like 10 crystals, so I couldn't refresh it in time to get the Ray ready for Grand Arena. Not that, whatever. Not that it was a big deal, but I was excited about that. Yeah. That was enjoyable to me. Like I beating that gave me the 10 to get Ray to get ready. So
man,
I get your spirit super fast. It worked out for me. The very first time I tried it with that one, it worked. But I had tried because I really wanted those stupid 10 Chirotech. It was killing me. I probably did 20 times before that and wasn't even close because my Night Sisters are terrible.
So in that case, best case scenario, I unlock him at the end of the month, beginning of May.
Yeah.
If I can
best
get
case.
him, if I can be ready in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, and then I would if there's a good dark side, if you don't need Chirotech, if there's a good dark side 6 node, I would do it.
Okay.
That's the one where you get by far. I mean, it's 50% faster almost than doing it at the 10 nodes.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the That's No Moon segment. It might be super short. Do you guys have any, Galactic Legends so far on this show? We were definitely higher on Ray than Kylo. I think so far the PvP stuff has shown Ray to be better, but Kylo can at least win on offense almost every time, and is definitely the better Sith Raid character. I mean, my guild had several total, solos of the entire Sith Raid with so it's a bummer for the people that don't have it, but and quickly too. There is no my normal rhythm of doing the Sith Raid of all right, I have 5 minutes to do this and 2 to do that, and there is no phase 2 for me now. It's one. Skip phase 2, 3. Hope I don't mess up the first time like I did yesterday doing the Jedi Knight Anakin thing.
And then I was without the ultimate, right?
Yeah,
that's not.
Because the ultimates are even harder to get because those require 70. So,
which once you get the ultimate, every time you use it, you double the amount of your stacks of whatever that thing is called.
Should be fast. Siphon, yeah.
Yeah, siphon. There you go. So it'll at least cut in half the time it takes for them to solo.
So as being the Sith Raid guy, I think you should be happy with that, Sir.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will be happy a month from now. I get him.
In the meantime, I will say, so I used Rey in the Sith Raid in phase 4 because I died early and I was just testing her out. And I got 9 million or something like that. So not amazing, but the funny thing was, so you gain mastery on your side if the other team gains turn meter. So if you hit Traya, she goes, no matter what, she gains turn meter. That gives me 5% mastery. JTR, part of her mastery is evasion. So it got, and if you keep giving her lifeblood, Rey is kind of boring to play with because 90% of the time she has one move, which is heal other people by giving them more protection. That's whatever. Anyway, and then she had 1 to 2 million at that point protection up, basically, and she had 100+% evasion. Traya on when she was enraged could not hit JTR except for when she did isolate. So it legitimately took 10 to 15 minutes. I have a thing on Reddit that was the number one thing for all of today on this is CG trying to guess what people want in the game and just showing Traya whiff, isolate, take away 20,000 damage, whiff, like 20,000 out of a couple million.
Oh my
Full
goodness.
auto takes forever. But anyway, there's ways for that, I'm sure, to break that. Like, because there's a couple other ones that also have that evasion.
Mhm.
And you could maybe find a way to, like, Visas has it. And I bet you could revive other people that actually can do some damage, unlike JTR. And you could, whatever. It's no Kylo soloing the whole darn thing, but it was still fun to do, I guess I'll say. For that. But yeah, hopefully in a month, Sir G can talk about his. And for me, I put Ray in, let's see here. For those of you, I guess, live streaming, I put Ray in this morning. I put her with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, just for giggles, and Watt. And I'm still in 3, so I stayed in 3 all day. I did have a couple other people test. They went 20%, I think, or 2 out of 10 that one. But
with what?
I'm just gonna hit this on auto on the one, like where you use JTR, or no, where you use Jedi Knight Revan, and then it's
Skywalker under him.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it would be hard to make that work in general in Grand Arena because it takes like 5 teams, but it would be worth it.
You have Hermit Yoda?
Just putting this on there. Yeah, and Hermit Yoda, because I have always, forever, from the moment I saw his kit, wanted Hermit Yoda and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder to work. Because he will revive himself if he has Master's Training, and then Master's Training will automatically give Hermit Yoda a turn again, so he can put it right back on it. So it can be limitless, essentially, but the offense, the AI doesn't always put it on Pathfinder. So that's unfortunate. I can do it when I'm on offense myself, but when you have it on AI, it doesn't do it. So that's what we've been working on with that. Pathfinder doesn't take any damage, basically, from Skywalker. I mean, it's just something that gets held up there. And so I'm just doing different, messing around with stuff. Who else did I? Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, I stayed in 3rd all day with a Gear 12 Hermit Yoda and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. So there he died because he can't revive under General Skywalker. Whatever. I still won. There you go. That was full auto victory thing for first place today. Forgot about. So I hadn't even had him die yet, but there you go. He can't revive against General Skywalker. So that kind of defeats the entire purpose of Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, except for he's still my man. He's the best. All right, so a couple questions here. Number 1, Discord Corner, Puckrum, how does it feel to know that your farms are mapped out until the end of the year if you're going for both Legends? Me, quickly, it's kind of a bummer. I don't know, like you can't do Mandalorian and do the other ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I'll ever get Kylo. I'll just hoard stuff and hoard. You too?
I don't like it. I don't think it will be till the end of the year, because I believe they are going to make a bunch of people invest in these metas, but they will not last despite the large entry requirements.
Yeah, maybe. So then you don't even...
So I think by the time I could get Just Ray ready, having gone for Kylo, by the time I could get her ready, that's when the next Galactic Legend's going to hit.
That's my concern as well.
Yeah.
And it's even worse because they teased in this latest Road Ahead that Empire Strikes Back content is coming.
Yeah.
Which they could be planting seeds to finally give us Jedi Luke.
Mm-hmm. And they said earlier, like not with when they were bringing out the Galactic Legends, they said that there would be other Galactic Legends, basically. So.
Yeah, that's confirmed. That
would suck.
Yeah, it's a related question. I'm just gonna jump to that one right now. Number Corbs, thanks for the question. As someone who's working on General Skywalker and the clones now, 6-star General Skywalker, clones of Gear 12, how far is it worth taking them? All the way, Renee? I like that. I don't know Renee. As in R7 them all, or not worth it with Galactic Legends out? Also, we have 0 relics on First Order and Resistance. Not sure where to go after doing that team either. So similarly, if you were someone that didn't have any relics on either of those, would you work on Skywalker? I think I would. I think that would be where I would focus, is work on Skywalker. No, you won't be meta until those come around. I mean, you should be pretty darn good because a lot of people aren't going to have Rey and Kylo. And then since you're so far away on those, again, hoarding would be a great answer. But spending that on General Skywalker, and they could work well in light side TV. The clones have some solid use in several things. Being so far away from the other ones, I would continue with Skywalker. Yes. But you two can tell me otherwise if need be.
I agree. Continue with Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because not only are they great at beating everything else or these new Galactic Legends, but they are hardwired into the light side territory battle universes, which you always want to be prepared for that. There's not going to be another territory battle likely for another year or two, so this is going to be what you want ready. What the long-term goal is to have them Relic 7 at least.
Right, and not getting them to Relic 7 is, if you're going to do it, I would go all in on that versus half going in on both. I think that's a great point. Sarah, any other comments? Is that what you would do?
Yeah, I would stick with it, even though I just said I gave up on them.
No, I mean, you're so much closer on Resistance. Than
I'm way closer on Resistance. And I found, like, for me personally, gearing the clones was just more of a distraction from my Resistance. So
right, and you like Resistance, and those things come into play too.
Yeah. So, and I think it also depends, like, for me, like, I found that I didn't necessarily need to swap to gas yet in my arena. Like, I'm still using Darth Revan in my arena. Like, whatever. I fall further, but I can still climb back in, so it's fine. Yep. I think that it's a good idea to stay with gas, because then you're focusing on a strong team. You're focusing on a team that's embedded into territory battles, like Sir G said. And then you're also focusing on a team that, if you're not doing well in arena, you could throw in arena and bring in more crystals, which would help you gear your other characters faster, etc., etc.
So forth and so on. Yes. All right. Another question, the real Arya Curran. Do you have any suggestions of a place for Relic Xeris in Grand Arena or Territory Wars? GK is with Padme. I think Xeris could still go with Padme. But Sarah, where would you put your Relic 7 Xeris?
Well, so remember that time I gave Barris a Zeta on the podcast because you guys told me to do it?
Yes, it's still going to be useful, but continue.
I've never used her.
Never at all? Not even in okay. This question is good for you then, too, I suppose.
Yeah, so she's still Gear 8. Never been used. So I personally do not know. I have seen her on First Order teams, though, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
Where else have I seen her? I've seen her somewhere else, and it's annoying. And now I can't remember what the team was.
Excellent. Well, don't use your Gear 8 one.
Don't use your Gear 8 one.
G, do you use Xeris anywhere?
I like to use her with my Freya team.
Freya? Interesting.
To fight Geonosians.
That makes sense. Yeah, I've never done that, but
helps you
makes sense.
A lot more. without her. And the other plays, if I can get away with it, I'll sometimes still try to do a full Bastilla, Xeris, and Wampa, and a couple other like Old Ben Jedi. Take out a team with full protect to end with full protection, Grand Arena. But that's not very often.
Cool.
So, do you both recommend putting her on offense or defense?
Either one works. I mean, it sounds like with Treya, you do that on offense.
Right.
Mhm.
I'd say offense.
I have a different suggestion that probably not relevant to most people, which I thought of yesterday as well. My Rey is at 243,000 health. So Xeris with her seems like a good idea to me. And her health will stack with her mastery. So that means if you do oh wait, no, it doesn't. She does not have health on her, whatever. So it's going to stay at 253. Or 243. When you critically hit her, she is going to heal for 40,000, right? Yeah. So that 50,000. Sorry, 50,000. Anytime you critically hit Rey, that seems like that could work out well.
That's disturbing.
It is. It is. It makes you feel better. She only has 25,000 protection.
Any new Rey comp come up with is impossible to beat.
Yeah, that's Pathfinder and Yoda and Barris.
It doesn't even matter. Just throw 4 tunes with her.
Yeah.
And unless you've got Kylo, the new Supreme Kylo, you can't beat her.
Well, like I said, there are some teams out there that have some capabilities.
20% win rate.
Right.
Yeah.
Not all, and lots of them are pre-ultimates and stuff like that. But so that's what. All right, a quick one here. Would you rather Darth Danimal, his segment on the show? Would you rather own and operate a tiger zoo in Oklahoma or Florida?
Florida. I'd go with Florida.
Sir G?
Florida, because that's
Walt Disney World.
Yeah, one, that's where I'm from. But two, if I did not like my tiger zoo, the rest of Florida, I think, is nicer to look at.
So I can't distinguish them from the people involved with it. And the Florida one feels really fake, and the Oklahoma one, it's at least like it's a giant disaster going in, and they're not hypocrites about it. So that they're. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma for this answer. Yep. All right, that brings us to Uncle Owen. Oh god, man, I screwed up from the beginning. Uncle Owen's Moist Farm talk about who and what we're currently farming in game, because everyone knows work comes before going to Tossie Station to pick up power converters. See you, like Sarah. What are we working on specifically? We talked a little bit about it, but what are you getting to get Rey?
I'm farming all of the relic materials because obviously I need them. New Finn, new Poe, refreshing them. I am kind of doing Hux and Sith Trooper, but like not really. I basically did them when it was double drops, and that was that. And then it's all gear. I'm farming Cairo. I'm farming the finisher pieces, anything that they need. The downside is that they want all of the same stuff. So I'm basically living in Groundhog Day.
Over
and over.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. Sir G?
I am farming just for the Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
How many Chirotech do you need? Like, are you going to be able to gear 13? Or will that still be another 2 weeks type of thing?
Because I know that I won't even be able to unlock Kylo for 2 weeks. I'm not worried about that. I'll just
You'll make it.
start farming as soon as I get everybody else up there. Then just start farming Cairo. I'm gonna probably use crystals to buy most.
Cool. That's what I ended up. I bought all the ones that weren't on that side with crystals. Like I said, I was down to 0. I mean, actually 0 crystals to get those shipments and shards and Cairo Tech bought. It worked out eventually. And I'm going to get Vet Han up to Relic 3 or whatever he's needed for Kylo just in case. And I gave him his Zeta just so I can give all the resistance. It's going to look very weird to me to not have him blue like the rest. Like it's just an OCD. The resistance will have all of their Zetas. They will all be relicked to some degree to where they're needed in the events. That's what I'm working on. And then I'm going to work on getting my thousands and thousands of Kylo things for a couple months, but I won't put a single piece of it on there. Because if something else comes along and Mandalorian's great and I can access it, I'll probably just forget Kylo even exists.
And carry on.
Yeah. Carry on. All right. Any other final comments before we see him next time?
No.
Look forward to learning more about Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah. It should be good. Me too.
Baby Yoda.
Right? I'm glad they at least had this because it was this show, at least it needed a glimmer of something.
Yeah.
Even if it's not coming, now was the time for them to say it was showing up soonish. So I appreciate that. With that, I'll do it. Until next time, Chewie, we're home.